What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody, back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of utter patheticness. That's right. We know our boy Phil is a pathetic person, right? But sometimes he takes it to new levels, and yesterday was one of those days. That's right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you gotta catch up and watch the videos. It's so funny. Doody's actually going to be streaming today to talk about it because, of course, whenever Phil does something extremely regarded, we have to watch it, analyze it, hyperfixate, and so on. But anyway, let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Oblivion Remastered, okay? And to be very honest with everyone, today I got really bored with the game. Why? Well, there's a part in the story where you either kind of rush ahead or you're supposed to recruit help from everyone in the game by doing these different, Oblivion gates, right? And I was like, well, obviously, I want to do the Oblivion gates, you know, to recruit everyone so you have this big epic battle at the end. So I start to do them, but man, they're all tedious. Remember, the Oblivion gates suck. They're outright the worst thing in all of Oblivion. So we're doing them, and I'm playing for like an hour, and we are all incredibly bored. Like, everyone on the stream, we're like, yeah. And I'm like, guys, you know, here's the deal. I outright said when I was going to play Oblivion Remastered, I wasn't committing to a full playthrough. I just played this game in its entirety, including all of the faction quests, all of the side content that's meaningful, even the Shivering Isles DLC. I did it all in that first run only 2 years ago. So really the purpose of checking out Oblivion Remastered was to see what was different and see if there was enough there to warrant a second playthrough. There's not. Now that we've played it for over 10 hours, it's boring and samey, and we just did it. So basically, after about an hour and a half of playing, we were like, all right, this is boring. We're going to call an audible. I'm going to do something else. But while that was happening, my wife got home from work, so we went and took a break. As I'm coming back from break, I get notified, oh, you know that thing that was supposed to be earlier today? It's going to be right now. So I had to end my stream early. So we did a podcast that only half attendance showed up because no one knew we were doing it. We did an Oblivion stream that we were all bored with the game. And then I had to end my first stream an hour early. Frustrating. Seriously. Hate that. I like having control of my content, control of my streams. Today, it was all out of my control. So what ended up happening was we ended the first stream with about $105 or something like that of support because I ended it early. If I had gone the full stream, we very likely would have hit a goal and would have ended up at 49 out of 50 goals. And because all this haywire stuff happened that I had to abide by and I didn't have control of, it was basically just disappointing. All right. So the good news is the nonsense is over with. I took care of it. It's all done with, and it's not going to affect my streams moving forward. Fair enough. Okay. I took care of it. Sucks that it had to happen, but it is what it is. So the late stream tonight is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And I said, dude, there's no way that we're going to hit 2 goals during Black Ops 6. It's just not going to happen. Right. So I'm thinking what to do. I want to do the marathon tomorrow, right? But it's actually not fair to the people who were on the first stream and who supported, who were trying to hit a goal, because I abruptly had to end the stream an hour early. So I said, here's what we're going to do. Unprecedented thing. I'm going to carry over.
All right. Before we get into that, we definitely got to talk about the wage quit. Another one. That's right. Let's get our boy. Who is it? Who's the guy that says another one? We need to get him out here because it's another one that he wage quit. Good Jesus. That's number what? 86 game he wage quit this year. And why? Because he didn't hit the goal. It's just more proof to show that all this man cares about is money. He has no integrity for playing good games. This nonsense where he says, oh, you know, I'm a game. No, he's not. He's not a gamer. He is not. He is a greedy pig who's all about money. And just because he only got $100 on an Oblivion playthrough, how old is Oblivion? 20-something years old almost? Come on, brother. That's sad and pathetic. And you are sad and pathetic. And of course, we got to talk about it. Now, what actually, the more interesting part we're going to talk about right now that he started getting into it was the fact that he blamed everything and everyone for why he missed the goal, right? He blamed the people that were supposed to be coming over to do some work, whatever the hell they were supposed to do. He blamed the shortened podcast. He blamed that he couldn't lock down his schedule. He blamed everything, right? Except for, of course, himself. He didn't blame himself. So the man is so pathetic, right, that he's decided to do an audible, as Phil likes to say, or as I like to say, moving the goalposts, and decided to take his earnings from the first stream and carry them over to the second stream. That's right. And if you don't watch Doody's streams, his streams, you got to check it out because yesterday and the day before we talked about this. And I told everyone, I called it. I said, watch, he's going to start getting so desperate to make sure that the Detractors don't get a W and that the Dent streak continues that he's going to pull this nonsense where he's going to start carrying over his totals. So what he's going to start doing is he's going to consider the full day and how much he makes in a full day. He's going to consider that whether he hit the goal or not. So if on the first stream he made $200 and on the night stream he made $100, he's going to count that as actually 2 goals. So again, Phil moving the goalposts because he's so pathetic, because the detractors are living rent-free in that big-ass head of his. And there's no way, of course, that he can ever give the detractors a win. I mean, how pathetic do you have to be where your life existence is all about trying to make sure that you don't look foolish in a bunch, when you don't look foolish in a bunch of people that dislike you anyway. It doesn't matter what you do, Phil. We dislike you. And thousands upon thousands of people dislike you. And it doesn't matter what you do or how do you change. It won't matter. It won't matter. But the thing too is, it's funny because he'll do something and then give you 1,000 excuses. He'll give you 1,000 excuses why he had to do this, when he can simply just own it. And again, it's not excuses for his dents or people that support him. It's excuses for the detractors. That's what it is, so that he can counter the narrative when Doody and other people post videos of him changing or moving the goalposts and modifying the goal streak, just so that, of course, the detractors can't get a W. So sad, bro. I don't know how anyone can live like that, but of course, we're talking about DSP here. So, yeah, Oblivion, wage quit, that's done. That's out, yet another game. The man's going to be stuck to playing, what, Call of Duty and doing Minecraft. Because that's all the games he have. Everything else he's wage quitting. Pretty soon, you know, that playthrough Expedition 33, wait until that starts bringing in low support. He's going to wage quit that game as well. Good Jesus. Anyway, let's keep going.
All the support that we got on the first stream to the late stream, we're going to say we're at $102 already, and we still have to hit 50 goals, so we're still at 48. But hey, now we're less than 50 away from goal 49, and if we hit one more, we'll hit goal 50. So people liked that and immediately started supporting, and within the first 15 minutes of the stream, we hit goal 49. So now all we needed to do is hit one more goal, and we will be doing the marathon, the Viewer's Choice Marathon, that is tomorrow, Wednesday. So I played Call of Duty, and very frustrating because the daily challenges are to get headshots with the shotgun, but the shotguns are not accurate. So it's very hard to get headshots with them. I got through it in like a half an hour, 40 minutes, then we swapped over. We did a lot tonight. We did one melee game, we did some sniping, we did some AK-47, and we did some LNG. So we did some good variety of gameplay here tonight in Call of Duty. I was having a good time, but admittedly, by the end of the stream, I was kind of frustrated. Why? We were at $200 support, and then it just stopped. And I'm like, this is so frustrating, because I feel like if I didn't have all these factors against me, if number one, if I hadn't been convinced to play Dave the Diver last night, and instead we had done something that people wanted more, or if today I didn't have all this chaos on my first stream and I was able to do the full stream, we would be full speed ahead, hitting the goals, and we would have done it. All right? But now we're in the situation we're in. So it's like, guys, this is it. This is the last match of the night. You know, it sucks either way. What can you do? And as I was starting the final match of the night, someone gifted a bunch of memberships, and we got to like $215 or something like that. Then all of a sudden, my OBS starts crashing. My OBS crashed twice tonight, once in the middle of the Call of Duty stream, and once at the tail end. So it all crashes. I turn it back on, trying to get the attention back, trying to get the audience back. All right, last match or whatever. You'll notice tonight with the Call of Duty videos, they're all over the place. They just abruptly end because OBS kept crashing. Okay, even now, I can tell you, things are messed up on my PC. My, what do you call it? The taskbar at the bottom of the screen, all of the spacing of the icons is screwed up. So something happened with all this crashing. I need to completely restart my PC when I'm done here before I even upload tonight. It's just a big mess, okay? So, basically, we play this last match, and it's very frustrating. The match basically is cheating me out of a lot of kills. I'm trying to snipe. And I'm just lining up shots and firing and saying I'm missing. I fired, then it says I'm instantly dead, even though I know I fired the weapon. Whatever. So finally the match ends, and I look, guess what? Someone dropped a big anonymous tip. We've hit the goal. I go to celebrate, the stream crashes again. Just like, what is going on? It was just that this is the biggest mess of a day. It really was, okay? So then I did stick around, and I did one final match, but I didn't bother recording it because I didn't want to upload a 5-minute video. So there was one stream exclusive match of Call of Duty at the end. So a messy Call of Duty stream, but a productive one. We hit the first goal from the first stream that we should have hit, and then we hit an additional goal. We've officially done it. We hit 50 goals. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is the Viewer's Choice Marathon event. All right? So tomorrow morning, there will be a podcast, normal time.
All right, I want to stop you here because this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen Phil do. It's so pathetic, and that's saying a lot. I mean, this is a man who beat off on stream, you know, in 2016, and he still surprises me with how big of a loser he is. I mean, we've all said it. We talked about it. We know that he fake tips himself, and he only fakes tips himself because it's the only thing that that people can't see when people tip, or when people tip him, we don't know whether it's true or not. So of course, ever since that's happened, he always drops these fake anonymous tips to either prime the tip jar or to get to a goal, right? And that's what he did last night. He was at $215, right? Literally 5 seconds before the end of the stream. He goes, "Oh, by the way, I got a tip, an $88 tip by bro." It was so cringe. The acting was so bad, and literally everyone in this chat, YouTube, even people that support Phil and Kick, all basically say fake tip, fake tip, fake tip, fake tip. And people were like, "Bro, really? Really? You gonna pull this nonsense?" No one bought it, Phil. And not only were you pathetic enough to fake tip yourself, right, to try to make people believe that you're still successful, but you did it because you wanted to hit this 50 goals so that you can do a marathon. And why did you want to do a marathon? Well, because you want to spend a lot of time and give people something different, your audience something different to enjoy. No, of course, it's going to be the same shit. Him playing video games and drinking. How different is that from anything else? No. What he wants is he wants a specific day for his dents to wail out on him. He knows that on these streams where he calls them marathons, right? Some special designation, which right now, let's be honest, it's just code. That's a code word for give me money, I need money. That's all it is, because he does the same exact shit that he does on every other stream, except he just doesn't take a break. That's the only difference in these marathon streams. And he was theming all week to hit the 50 goal, basically a week and a half, because he needs the money. And why does he need the money? Well, in my opinion, and just based on Phil's history and so on, and being the fact that we're in May, my feeling is he's in some serious trouble with his taxes. I really believe that the tax bill came in, he didn't have the money to pay for it, and of course, knowing Phil, he probably requested an extension on his taxes. He's trying to figure out a way to pay for these fucking with these taxes that he owes, and he's broke. He literally is broke. He said it himself. He has no money whatsoever. Back in December and in January, when he went on a spending spree and spent every single dollar he had on 2 PCs, a PlayStation Pro, you name it, right? Literally wasted $14,000 to $16,000, and on top of the thousands he spent on WWE champions, right? He said he was broke. He had no money. He literally had to say, "I can't spend any more money because I have no more money." Bro, how do you spend 20 grand in like 2 months? Who the fuck does that? On top of your normal salary. You have to remember that $20,000 he made was extra. It was on top of his normal income that he would get. That's crazy. It's crazy. And I said, all right, well, just doing simple math, an extra $20,000 more in a year, that means your tax bill is going to be exponentially more. And I can kind of figure out what his tax bill was going to be at the end of the year. And we know he doesn't pay his taxes properly. He doesn't pay them quarterly like he should. I had a feeling that he didn't account for the additional income and didn't set any money aside. So when his tax guy said, "Hey, bro, you owe another $6K," probably, I'm assuming it's anywhere between $5 and $6K, he panicked. He panicked and he said, "All right, well, I'm gonna have to go full side beggar over here and beg my viewers and try to figure out ways to do special marathons." Dude, I called it yesterday. I said, "Watch." I said it yesterday, and I said it on Twitter. I said, "Watch. He's gonna start rolling over amounts to his night streams so that he can seem like, oh, look, I hit 2 goals." And what I mean by that is, if he got $200 on his first stream and only got $100 on his second stream, he was going to count that as 2 goals. And again, it's just the illusion. All this is just an illusion. It's just an illusion of Phil being successful when he's not. He's desperate. When you need to massage your income that you're getting, when you need to fake tip yourself like you've been doing for months, you're not a successful guy, bro. You're not. It's pathetic. You look sad. You really do. You look sad. But again, let's not forget, all of this is done so that the detractors can't get a W. He doesn't want to watch Doody post a video that says, "Den streak ended, wage quit," whatever. That's what he doesn't want to do. And he can't help himself. He has to fake tip himself. He has to wage quit games because it doesn't make any money. And yeah, I'm gonna make videos, post videos, and laugh at you, Phil. And that's not gonna be any different, dude. All of this again, because you're a narcissist and you have this inflated ego, and God forbid, God forbid that someone jokes or makes fun or highlights something negative about you. You can't be having that. The legacy is too important for Phil. Bro, I can't wait for Kino Casino tonight, because of course this is going to be the focal point. That, and they'll probably stream snipe his marathon. Let's just hope that, the Dents get tired of his nonsense and show him a lesson. Maybe they just won't come out and support this marathon. Maybe they'll withhold. And then maybe Phil will learn his lesson. Will it happen? I doubt it. He'll probably get a couple hundred bucks, maybe 1,000, who knows. But the interesting thing is to watch is his expectation now is that he's going to get $2,000. That's what he got on the last marathon, and that's what the expectation is. If he gets anything less than that, he's going to be disappointed. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Peace out, everyone.